everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome to a new... Hey everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I'm playing 5 Leagues from Borderlands, and in this video I'm going to be making up the region, the land that my hero and his warband will be exploring and fighting monsters and stuff like that. And in the last video I made my warband and found my followers. In this one I'm actually going to establish a rough map, and then I'm going to convert it over to a real map using a piece of software called Incarnate. I'll put a link in the video description below. And then I'll share that map with you so you can see. But it says step 1, you got to set up a region. You got to pick a suitable name. So I'm just going to, on this page is going to be my region. And I have this, in most of my games, I have this land called Veranos. And so I'm just going to, this is going to be a different, like maybe a continent, or not a continent, continent's too big. This will be a different region of Veranos. So I've got the name, and you establish settlements. And you do this by rolling a D100. Blue will be high, it'll be the tens digit. And you roll a D100, and you consult this table right here to see how many hamlets, villages, and towns are on the map. So I rolled a 74, and if I look on here, a 74 is 1 hamlet, 2 villages, and one town. Okay, town is the biggest. There's not cities. It's hamlet, village, and then town. Okay, so I've got that. It says roll in the settlement table type for each settlement, adjusting the roll. Hold on. Sorry, I got ahead of myself. Now we have to figure out what type of settlement it is. And you adjust this roll. You give it -10 if it's a hamlet and +10 for a town. So for the hamlet, let's do this. For the hamlet, I may have to add a second page. For the hamlet, I'm going to subtract 10 from this D100 roll to see what type of settlement it is. That's a 41 minus 10 is a 31. It's a monastery. Okay, that's fine. Monastery. Add +1 to the roll when choosing the study activity. All right, good to know. Let's see, +1 when study skill. There's 1 hamlet, there's 2 villages. I'll come up with names for these guys, or these towns. Villages, number 1 and number 2. This is just a straight D100 roll, no modifier. First one is a 5, which is a scattered farming community. Okay, scattered farming community. And it says upkeep. Costs will not exceed 2 gold marks per campaign turn while you're here. So as you explore the land, you're going to have to pay upkeep. And it's like paying your people, feeding yourself, getting your, paying for the hotel rooms, that kind of stuff. And that value, I think, can vary. But here it's saying when you're in this village, it'll never be higher than 2 gold marks. So max of 2 gold marks per turn that you spend in this village. The second village is a 37, and a 37 is also a monastery. I'm gonna burn, you know what? I'm gonna burn a story point, and I'm gonna pick I'm gonna change it from monastery to, I'm gonna change it to a military outpost. Outpost. And the military outpost says you get +1 to the roll when choosing to recruit. +1 for recruit. Okay. And then finally the town, there's only 1. Let's roll for it. That's a 7, which is a scattered farming. Oh no, I add 10. That's 17, which is it's a military outpost. So I only have 3 story points. I don't want to burn another one. I guess I'll just take it. Although I did, you know what? I'll re-roll. I'm not going to burn it, but since I wanted a military outpost, I got it for the village. So let's re-roll. An 8 plus 10 is 18. That's still a military. I'm going to keep rolling until I get something else. 57. There we go. A 57 plus 10 is 67, which is a market town. I will take that. And guys, you can be as strict about the rules and rolling as you want, or it's your story. If you really feel like you need, a manor, take it. It's your map, your town, you're going to live here. And so I don't feel too guilty about fudging that and just saying, you know what, instead of a military outpost and a monastery, I'm going to have a market town. I could have chosen a trading hub. Now for a market town, it says the first time you visit here, add +1 adventure point. So you only get that one time. +1 adventure point on first visit. Okay, so I've got a hamlet, 2 villages, and a town on my map so far. Let's keep going. It says create your map. So here we go. I'm going to turn a page and add it. And it says, for now, mark each settlement on the map, leaving some distance apart. So we'll put village 1, village 2, we'll put the town, and we'll put the market, the hamlet down here. This doesn't actually represent anything. It's just when I go to create my real map, I'll use this. Then fill in 4 place names such as rivers, forests, mountain passes. So what we'll do is we'll put some trees, up here. And again, I am the worst kind of artist, so I will use that incarnate to do this. I'm going to put a river that runs directly, divides the map. And I may even have it split off. Add, what else do I have to add? Mountains, sure. Let's put some mountains down here. And swamps. I tell you what, where the river meet, this will be a swamp. That's fine. I'll put that on the map. It says it's just for flavor. Map areas. Okay, here's where you get into the crunchy. The map is divided into map areas. They are not fixed size, but large enough that it takes your warband several days to travel on horseback. Map areas can be any shape you like if using a hex, treat each hex as a map area. If using freehand map or drawing on you do not need to divide the whole map into map areas in advance. So basically what you do is you just say, okay, this is a map area. That's a map area, that's a map area. You can do it however you want. The parts of the world that have not yet been explored are known as the wilderness. Wilderness do not take up specific space. There is as much wilderness as needed. Locations, everything that can be interacted is a location. Except when traveling, the warband is always at a location. So you're going to have to put things on here. When a new location are added to the game, the rules will tell you if they're added to an existing map area. If they don't clarify, then the location exists in the wilderness. So I'll have to define certain areas as the wilderness. Hidden locations. Some locations may be hidden. Hidden locations are placed on the map, but they're not known to me. You discover them through playing the game. Unexplored. There are places of interest that are unexplored. If you are at the cap, you may opt to ignore. Okay, so we will put some of those. Marking your position, so I'll need to remember where I am. Moving around, you make what's called a travel roll. And then map in the battlefield, that's something different. That's for when you're actually battle. Determine the threats. Every region, this is a region, is under attack from danger, seeking to overthrow or corrupt the land for their own need. We refer to these as threats. There are 2 categories of threats. A foe within and a foe without. Random D100 rolls can be used to determine this if desired, but you are free to pick the foe. So you're going to have a foe within and a foe without, and you can roll randomly for it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's roll randomly for the foe within. Is a 57. 57 is the gnawing horde. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to this campaign tracking sheet. And on here, it has a place called, where was it? Threat levels. The gnawing horde. And that is the foe within. And then let's roll on the foe without D100. 77 is the Faceless Kingdom. Faceless Kingdom. And that's the foe without. The Faceless Kingdom, an invading army advancing under cruel beast totems. Choose this to fight disciplined military forces. For the gnawing hordes, or beast-like hordes that emerge from underground. Choose this to fight animal people. So it tells you what kind of enemies I'm going to be fighting. I have to establish a threat level. You now have 3 types of threat. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to roll for 3. You roll. And you will do battle. One of the will. If there are 2 categories, you can be. Select 2 foes within. I knew there was something. So the other one is 89. 89 is the Ice Heart Court. Ice Heart Court. And that is another within. So now that I've got my 3 threats, select 1 as the primary and give it a threat level of 6. What was the Ice Heart Court? Cruel elf kind leading the armies of the old forest. Choose this to fight tree folk and fae. Elves are tough. So I'm gonna give the gnawing horde the 6, the Faceless Kingdom a 5, and the Ice Heart a 5. So it says give 1 a threat level of 6 and the other 2 a threat level of 5. And what will happen is as you play this game, the threat level number can be reduced when you do certain things, and when it gets down to 0, you've eliminated that threat from the region. You don't have to worry about it anymore. Now, it says place additional points of interest. So let me go back to my map here. And it says I should place a spot on the map that is away from settlements and add a delve. So I'm going to put a delve down here. A delve is a dungeon adventure. You're going underground and you have tiles and sort of like a dungeon crawl. Pick a second spot and add an unexplored location. I'm going to put that down here in the mountains. Unexplored location. To find out what it is, you will need to search for it. Finally, for each of the 3 threats, place a camp for every threat. Place them anywhere you like in the wilderness. These are the areas the enemy uses as temporary headquarters. So I'm going to put 1 up here. This will be the ice one because it's more north. Ice. What was it called? The Ice Heart Court. Ice Heart Camp. And I'll put another one over. There's another one down here making life miserable for the hamlet, and that will be the Gnawing Horde. Gnawing Horde Camp. And you can choose to travel there and fight them, and I think when you do, it lowers a point on your threat or something like that. And then I'll place the other one up here near a river embankment, and that is going to be the Faceless Kingdom. Camp. Kingdom Camp. All right. Note on your warband roster sheet that each threat has a hideout somewhere in the region. These are hidden. So there are 3 hideouts. I just don't know where they are. So I come back here and I will make a note that 3x hideouts. These are hidden and must be discovered. As such, you do not place them on the map. Select a starting point. Finally, select a spot on the edge of the map. This is where you start, and you will need to make a travel roll to reach a location to begin adventuring. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d10 here. And wherever it points, I'm going to pick that as the maximum. All right, so it's over here on this side right here. And then what I'll do is I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and see where we start. 8. I'm starting way down here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So so this is my starting point right down here. Okay? That is it. All right, now the campaign structure. You play it in various stages, and we will go through that in the video. There's lots of things you have to track in this game. You will accumulate adventure points. You always begin with 0 adventure points unless you were given some at the start. And I believe I did start with 1. Somebody started with 1 adventure point, didn't I? Oh no, it was story points. Story points. I didn't start with any adventure points. So starting at 0, and you earn adventure points by doing things. And this is on page 74. If you have a victorious enemy threat encounter, you get D6. If you do a ride patrol, you get 1. If you defeat a unique foe, you get 2. If you finish a contract, you get 1. And there are other ways to get these points. There are also things called milestones that you can attempt to do, but again, not anywhere close to starting those, but we will get to them. The very first stage that you do is called the preparation stage. And this is, you're either in town or you're camping. Well, based on my map, it looks like I'm going to be doing a camping for the first video. Because it's going to, when I travel, I could travel to this unexplored location. I could travel to the gnawing horde. I could travel north to this town or this hamlet here. It all depends on my map. I got to get my map created, and once I have that, it'll be a little easier for me to determine where I'm going to go. But there are stages. We're going to do the preparation stage. That is before you do anything else. And after the prep stage, keep going, comes the adventuring stage. And this is where you can battle an enemy. You can explore a location. There's a lot of things you can do. In these videos, which I plan on keeping around 30 minutes, in some videos I may only be able to do 1 thing for that whole video. In others, I might be able to do 3 or 4 things. It just depends on where I am on the map and what I'm doing. A lot of those things are going to be battles where I'm going to have miniatures on the table with terrain and enemies, and we're going to roll dice and see what happens. So this game has a lot to it, and I think you'll discover as I play through it that it can last a long time, mainly because you're just traveling a map and you're doing things and exploring and finding secrets and stuff like that. So don't expect a wrap-up of the story in the first 5 to 10 videos. This is going to be an ongoing story unless my heroes just get massacred, and I'm looking forward to this. So I hope you'll join me. I'm going to pair this video with the first one and release them at the same time, so you'll get to see the my warband creation and my map. And I'll include a link where you can go download my final map. I'll make sure to put that in there so you can download it and follow along as my heroes travel this region. All right, that's all I got. This is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this next video of 5 Leagues from the Borderland. In the next video, we're going to do some stuff. We're actually gonna start at our starting point and see what happens on this map. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but we'll figure it out. All right, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.